Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, you do not want to miss today's broadcast. I don't care what you're doing. You got to cancel it. Or at least carve out time tonight to watch the archives of the broadcast or listen to it on Blog Talk Radio on the archives. But today I'm going to be having, my guest is going to be Fabian Calvo. Fabian Calvo. He is a leading economist, extremely gifted in really the understandings of the economy. He's writing a book right now, The Global Economic Reset. You can actually, and he talks a lot about things that affect the global economy, including the American economy. There's certain things that he says definitely affects the economy and is affecting it right now. And that is, of course, wars, revolutions, high debt, civil unrest, and corruption within government. And he says all of these play a part in the ins and outs and the changes in the of balance of power and the economic structure. He also has realized that the New World Order is a part of the coming about, which is also affecting economies as the New World Order tries to get in position to take full global power. And he is a Christian. Fabian Calvo is a Christian, and actually did a pretty good video in which he talks about, does Bible prophecy point to a 2015 economic collapse? And the reason he brings this up, now most of the time he speaks in front of Wall Street hedge fund investment bankers and people talking just pure economics and numbers and not trying to push his salvation on anybody, although he's not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, and he makes that evident. But at the same time, like he says, he doesn't want to become somebody who goes around just shoving information down people's throat, trying to force you into believing it, like MSNBC does with the gay agenda, or maybe with Obamacare, or some other type of agenda, a liberal agenda that seems to be shoved at us. Instead, Fabian Calvo wants to focus on the facts. But those facts also must be compared to biblical prophecy. Now, I've preached a message, you guys know it, I preached a message in New York City once titled, Faith is a Fact. And it is. It's faith is a substance of things you're hoping for and the evidence of things not seen. So if something is a substance and is evidence, well then it's a fact in a court of law. In other words, faith becomes tangible when it intersects with the truth. If you have faith and it's the truth, then it's a fact. Now you can have faith in something and it not be, you can have a faith in some false pagan religion. It's not going to do you any good because it's not truth. All right? So he takes truth. He takes financial calculations and financial understandings, and that's outside my realm, and we all know that. But what he does is he takes facts, financial facts, and is now taking a peek at Bible prophecy. And there's two things he brought up, and that is, number one, he read the book The Harbinger by Jonathan Cahn, the Messianic rabbi, and he's also been studying on the 4 blood moons. And you guys know I just did a video on the 4 blood moons yesterday, just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what's coming with it. And I will be doing another one tomorrow, a lot more extensive, and I hope you'll be blessed by it. And I will be preaching next week when the first of the 4 blood moons takes place on April 15th. I'll be preaching in Jamaica in the Power of Faith Ministries conference there with Bishop Dr. Delford Davis, and the largest church in the Caribbean islands. And I will have to bring out the fact that that night is the blood moon, the first of 4. But anyway, Fabian Calvo does look at the Harbinger, and he looks at these blood moons, and he realizes that things go in cycles of 7. God has always operated that way. So in 2001, we had the 9/11 event, which affected America greatly. 7 years later, we had the economic collapse, a meltdown, because of the high debt and other factors. In 2008, we had the financial meltdown of the banks, and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and the meltdown of the housing market, what they called the bubble bursted. But then he's looking at, okay, so 2001, we have the Harbinger event, if you will, 9/11. Then in 2008, we have the financial meltdown. And now 2015 will be another 7-year cycle. It's also the year of the third and fourth blood moon. How does that impact the global economy? That's his point. I look at it, well, how does it affect national leaders, nations, the rise of the New World Order? But I don't ignore the fact that the financial picture is a huge piece of the rise of the Antichrist, or the beast, that's going to rise in the last days with his sidekick, the false prophet. You're going to have a one-world religion. You're going to have a one-world currency. You're going to have a one-world government. And it will have to have a one-world system, which is where your mark of the beast comes in, to manage this system. I'm going to be interviewing today, and on our live broadcast today, Fabian Calvo. You want to be there. My broadcast begins every day from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. From 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. Fabian will be coming on to the show. I'll be interviewing him for about an hour. I think you'll enjoy it. It'll be powerful and enlightening. And we'll try to see if we can keep him to keep the financial information, at least at a layman's terms, to where I can understand it. But at the same time, I want to understand. I want him to tell me, give me some of the indicators you're seeing now compared to what you saw happen prior to the 2008 meltdown. Compare those three. Are they worse than they were then? Are they different than they were then? And let's overlay that with Bible prophecy, and let's see what's coming down the pike as it relates to the powerful Word of God and the end times. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. Do not miss today's show, whatever you do. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a link of his video he did, which is a good video to give you an idea, and that is, does Bible prophecy point to a 2015 economic collapse? I'll put that link in the description below, and so don't miss today's broadcast, my interview of Fabian Calvo. All right? God bless. Give your life to Jesus Christ, because I'll just tell you this to you, all the indications, all the signs, whether they're wars, rumors of wars, whether they're dead cows, dead birds, earthquakes, water turning blood red, whether they be persecution of Christians, all of the signs, the sun, the moon, the stars, the blood moons, all of them, all of the signs are indicating that we're in the last days. I'll be right back.